critical challenge, I think, for Bryan Cave today is actually to remain true to that tradition of taking risk, of being entrepreneurial at your core, of not being satisfied with business as usual.
Working as a general counsel for a company brings with it a number of different perspectives. One of them is the budget. And we are expected to be able to provide services to our client, meaning the company and our associates, within a certain budget.
I would encourage them to focus on understanding what their culture is and what culture they want to have, because the generations are changing. And I think one of the big challenges for law firms is what is a law firm in 2020, 2030, 2040, and 2050 going to look like. And it's going to look very different than what they look like now, I think.
I mentioned I was in-house at Morgan Stanley for 10 years as a securities lawyer. You know what I never once had in those 10 years, even though I was hiring law firms every day? I never had a legal problem. I only had business problems. So to the extent associates get business, clients will be attracted.
Never get too comfortable. Never ever get too comfortable. There are so many good firms out there.
Where does the market recognize us as best in class? And if the market is not recognizing us, where do we want to be recognized as best in class?
I was meeting with some general counsels about a month ago, and their overriding concern was to get the best legal services available.
It's tough in many ways for law firms to distinguish themselves, frankly. I mean, certainly any law firm you and I have heard of is full of great, talented lawyers. Great lawyering is table stakes. It may get you on the panel if you're lucky, but then you need something distinctive.
The incredible legal skills and talent, as I tell my department, that's the baseline.
And the place where a firm like Bryan Cave can really stand out is by focusing on the things where it can really make a difference.
When folks ask about other law firms and ask what are they known for, it's a practice area, it's an industry group, and I think that that's an area of opportunity for us here at Bryan Cave.
To me, the number of lawyers is not important. It's the quality of the work that you get, it's the results that you get, and it's how you use those law firms.
You want to have the talent in your firm that we're going to want, that your clients are going to want, no matter where the matter is.
For a company our size, we're never going to have all of the subject matter experts on our own legal team.
There are some things from time to time that are very specialized and require a specialty and a lawyer who has familiarity with that area above and beyond a general lawyer. And in those areas, the expertise is very important.
And we're trying to minimize the number of what I'll call full-service firms or large firms, and make them sort of our core law firms, and then we'll have a variety of subject matter expertise law firms we would go to.
You know, there are many really good lawyers out there, lawyers who can handle most of the matters we have and do a very fine job. But I think what sets the great lawyers apart is when they have an expertise that brings their level of service above and beyond what other lawyers can provide.
I look for lawyers who are creative in the way they handle our matters, in the way they staff the matters, in the way they think about any matter that we're working on.
Complacency is the greatest enemy of every established institution, and law firms are no exception.
I think innovation is important to our clients. They're having to contend with it in their own markets, and they expect their law firms to do the same. Also, our clients are responding to pressures within their own organizations to streamline make more efficient law departments, and that translates out to us.
Most law firms probably would think innovative means things like alternative fee arrangements, how to staff a case, those kinds of things. I actually like to look at innovative as differently as how does the law firm approach the client? How do they know how to help us get our business to move forward? For example, in my case, I'm a consumer products company. We sell pet food. I would expect my lawyers to go out and look at a shelf and understand who makes what and how it's made in terms of, or how it's sold, how it's shelved, because that's going to probably make a big difference.
5 years from now, we will be practicing law in a dramatically different way.
What I do expect is for my law firm to be innovative using technology and how they deliver those services to be more efficient and more cost effective.
In some cases, we build infrastructure, computer systems, communications systems to measure and improve that performance. In doing that, we are able to offer those services to other existing or potential clients.
We really have to understand, call it the science of propagation of innovation throughout an organization. And it's not easy. It's maybe, I could argue it's especially not easy in a culture of law, which is a very conservative, slow-moving, thoughtful sort of profession.
The only way to respond with alacrity and building on a knowledge base is through technology. That'll only continue to grow. I mean, Moore's law is relentless, right?
I think the critical factor in the continued success and growth of law firms is to be able to stay at the cutting edge of not only the law and the regulatory environment, but also in the delivery of the service.
And develop systems and procedures for managing the work, managing the relationship with the clients, and managing the teams that handle the work.
IBM has come in big time into the legal marketplace with its Watson division. Watson, of course, is the computer technology, the machine intelligence that beat the two best ever Jeopardy champions in natural language in English without aid, without programmers backing it up. They've brought that not only to law but to the medical profession with the aim of disintermediating between lawyers and clients, between doctors and patients, and applying that sort of semantically intelligent technology to the problems that we address. And I think that's really going to transform the marketplace. We'll need to learn how to use that. We can't compete against it. It can offer radically different price points for certain types of legal advice. We need to learn how to use it and use it well.
Our fundamental purpose is to serve clients.
We see the trend. Clients have gone from having 100 law firms to having 50 law firms to having 25 law firms to having 5 law firms that primarily handle 95% of their work.
How do you keep those clients? How does that happen? Well, it's done through relationships. That's the only way.
We like to find lawyers who believe in us as a client, believe in our business, and work hard to keep our business, and likewise, we are very loyal back.
And the personal relationship, especially between the lawyers and the law firm, is very important, and I think trust is a major factor there.
When my lawyer calls me about something that's not even a matter he's working on or she's working on, but thought of me because of something that's come across their desk and thought that might be an issue for me or something that might be of interest to me, I want my lawyer to be thinking about me not only when they're billing time to me, but thinking about me as a client and as a friend at all times.
That we do whatever we can to learn their business and to try to identify ways that we can help them with their business and see problems, issues on the horizon for them and try to problem solve them in advance.
I know from many years of personal experience that the deeper and stronger and the more sustained the relationship, the more likely it is that you will be asked to do more business and different kinds of business.
You know, relationships is putting credits in the bank, and you want to have a lot of credits in the bank because everything's not always going to go perfectly.
It's that the individuals involved know there's whether there's good chemistry or not, and that's important. And not unlike choreographing a play or casting a show, it's very important to put the right personalities on the case or on the matter that matches up with the client, and I think that's something law firms can take into account.
I think it's important for any firm to have sustained business from core clients, and it's important that strong relationships be built with those clients.
Being a relationship firm means that you know the clients. We know our clients, we know their needs, we know their industries. We can anticipate developments in the law or their business where we can help them to move their business forward in a proactive way.
We really, really mean, not just say, we mean that our clients come first. And we will do anything it takes. I don't mean within reason, I mean anything it takes so that our clients will have a successful outcome given the issue at hand, or they'll have a successful career, or God forbid, a happier life.
Culture is probably your most important pillar and the hardest one to define and to change.
When clients come to us with a legal need, they're expecting us to bring in people from different perspectives and backgrounds to help serve that need. And without a strong and diverse group of lawyers, you can't do that.
There is no barrier. There is no barrier to reaching out across this firm to different practice areas, to different offices, and asking for specialists, experts in a field when one of your clients has a problem.
If Brian Cave did not have a culture of collaboration, I would not have a law practice.
Diversity is very important to Terex, and it's very important in when we look at a law firm. It is not the sole factor, but as we look at firms, diversity within our own company, and we want the firms that we use to mirror that diversity within themselves.
I believe, and I think it's absolutely true, that a firm with diverse membership in its professional ranks can provide better quality legal services. In the end, so for me, it impacts the quality, overall quality, and not just in an academic sense, but in a practical sense, in a sense of understanding society as a whole and understanding good solutions, where I think it shines through, and it means something to us. So I think we get better work.
Our clients are very diverse. They're increasingly demanding a diverse set of attorneys working on their matters.
It's very important that the lawyers with whom we work have a diversity of experience, a diversity of perspective.
The world is made up of a lot of different people and a lot of different cultures from a lot of different places. And our business interacts with all those people around the world. And it's important for us, with our providers, to understand and have that perspective that diversity would provide.
I think that collaboration ends up with a better work product delivered to the client.
The first question is not what's in it for me. The first question is, how can I help? I'd be happy to help. What can we do? How can we make things better for the client?
Working together with attorneys either in my office or other offices to find out what experiences they have had working with their clients and how can we apply those experiences to developing additional work from either new or existing clients. Again, the key to being able to leverage those relationships is a trust, a willingness to work together. All of the participation, all of the contributions of each member of the team will be ultimately recognized by the firm, and that we all do better when we work together.
And to be able to have people to bounce ideas off of, to be able to strategize, to be able to reach across offices for expertise, I think it's just critical in terms of our delivery of client service.
Collaboration helps clients because we can make sure that the right person is working on the right projects, and that's better for the clients. Diversity and inclusiveness are another way of saying one firm.